Bitcoin futures. Bitcoin futures closed lower this week, which was a little disappointing. It did appear the market was well set up to go higher. And you'd have to consider that this whole period is taking a little bit too long now, and that's always a bit concerning. The market had pushed up to the highs of the range. This bar suggested that buying support was present. You can see down here that volume was increased and above average, and the spread was narrow, and the trading was inside the previous bar's range. So that suggested the market had been absorbing or buying the supply that was being drawn out. In response, the market attempted to push higher, but the volume reduced considerably, which suggests there was no demand for higher prices. The breakout above the highs of the range wasn't being broadly supported by the market. And this week, in response, prices pulled back and has closed below the lows of that previous down bar, which is a little bit disappointing and possibly even suspicious that there's some in the market that are unloading positions. We'll just have to wait and see what the response is. The lows of the range come through here, just a fraction above 60,000, and the response next week is now pretty important because this has gone on a bit longer than you might like. Generally, if the market's going to accelerate to new highs, it would have done so by now. These are weekly bars. This has taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 weeks. 15 weeks, almost 4 months. That's way too long. Way too long. Look down here at the attempt to break out here. Price pushed up with some bullish absorption, accelerated higher. There was a short period, relatively short period of consolidation sideways, and then another acceleration and breakout to a new level. Only 1 week of consolidation there, then a push higher. This has taken 15 weeks. This is suspicious now. You really want to see the market accelerate higher properly. Reverse this week like this, and then accelerate higher. If not, you'd have to be suspicious that something else may be going on. That's not to say there is something else going on. It's just taking a little longer than you would normally expect, and that certainly should make you suspicious. And especially as there's been some supply drawn out. It pays to watch closely now. Certainly any clear break and close below 60,000 would be a negative response and would see prices pull back to one of these two previous levels of consolidation. That hasn't happened yet, but the market really had the opportunity to push higher this week following last week's push higher up to the highs of the range, which suggested that selling pressure was low. In response, prices pulled back. It's closed below the previous down bar's low, and volume, it's below average, but it's increased over the previous bar. So there is some selling pressure in the market. This market is vulnerable now to pulling back a little more deeply to consolidate further, at the very least. And this market's generally been a good market to read. Its trading is genuine and the indicators are clear. And at this point, this sideways trading has possibly gone on too long, and there is supply being drawn out at the highs of the range. So just be a little careful here. I would be looking for a clear breakout before I really added to my positions. And just be careful, the market may be coming back to retest just above the 60,000 because supply continues to be drawn out.